I'm author and illustrator George Neeb. I live in Brantford. I love creating picture books that bring history to life. And today I'm excited to share with you my new picture book called Duel with a Dragon. Before I share the book though, I want to tell you a little bit about how I made the illustrations. The Chinese have made beautiful paintings on silk for thousands of years. I wanted my illustrations to resemble silk paintings. To get the yellow look of silk, I dyed my paper in tea. Then I created paper cutouts of the characters with this paper. This is the Emperor, Emperor Qin. He was a powerful warrior. This is the dragon. In Chinese culture, dragons are considered kind, lucky, and wise. They control water, and they can cause terrible floods and typhoons if they get angry. This is Moon Lily, the Emperor's shy daughter. It's up to her to figure out a way to outsmart the dragon. Duel with a Dragon. In 221 BCE, the king of Qin conquered all the surrounding kingdoms to form one empire that today we call China. He renamed himself Shu Huandi, which means first emperor. Huandi can also mean immortal, which is exactly what the first emperor wished to be. He became obsessed with ruling for eternity, even drinking magic potions to live forever. Afraid of losing power, he ruled with absolute authority and named himself after the most impressive creature in China, the dragon. An old man shuffled to the palace gates. He smiled when he heard beautiful singing coming from inside. "Go away," said the guards. "I have come to warn the dragon emperor," said the old man as he tapped his cane to the beat. The emperor's advisors studied the old man. Few people were brave enough to visit, so he invited the old man to wait inside. In the courtyard, the emperor's daughter Moon Lily was playing her zither and singing. She closed her eyes and imagined herself floating over the palace walls into the clouds. "Your voice is lovely enough to summon a dragon," interrupted the old man. Moon Lily's cheeks blushed. "Dragons love beautiful music. They will bring you good luck." Moon Lily was about to ask more when her tutor named Nunu shouted, "Stop bothering us." She waved the old man away. "A princess does not talk to strangers." "Singing to dragons sounded like fun," said Moon Lily. "A princess does not have fun," Nunu said sternly. Moon Lily nervously watched the old man bow to the approaching emperor. "The river is flooding and you are to blame," said the old man. The emperor's eyes widened. "Angry dragons are to blame." "But you angered them," said the old man. "You call yourself the Dragon Emperor, but you are not kind and wise like dragons. You rule with your temper. You lock helpless people in your dungeon. You must stop, or the flooding will get worse." "I built this empire because I am like a dragon, powerful. Now go away before I punish you." The advisor whispered in the emperor's ear, "This old fool knows nothing." "You are wrong," said the old man. "Dragons speak to me." The emperor's eyes lit up. "Prove it." The advisor whispered again, "Tell him to ask these dragons for their secret to immortality." "Dragons won't share their secrets with you," said the old man. "We shall see," said the emperor. "Send for a dragon now. I have been searching for a way to be emperor for 10,000 years. The old man shook his head. "Lock him in the dungeon," ordered the emperor. Moon Lily's throat tightened as she watched the old man being dragged away. Moon Lily went to see the old man. "Will you teach me how to summon a dragon?" The old man scratched his head. "Are you doing this for your father? He's miserable. He makes us all miserable. I must find a way to help him." Her eyes filled with tears. "Perhaps you are the only one who can," said the old man. "Let's begin." Moon Lily told her brothers about the old man and their father's wish. "He should have taught the song to me instead of you," complained Fusu. A princess does not sing to dragons, grumbled Nunu. Can you really summon a dragon? Asked little Gao. I will try, said Moon Lily. Moon Lily quietly sang the melody. Suddenly, a dragon landed next to her. He gazed into her eyes and said, Sing more, my dear, and have no fear. I love your voice that brought me here. I'm hoping you will help my father, said Moon Lily shyly. Before she could say more, Gao yelled, Do some magic. The dragon smiled as he shrunk in size. Gao cheered. The dragon never stopped looking at Moon Lily. Fusu frowned. Why do you flood villages? I punish people when they don't act nice, but I do send rain to grow your rice. Suddenly the emperor burst into the courtyard. A dragon? For you, said Moon Lily proudly. The emperor marched over to the dragon. Tell me your secret to a long life. You ask for much, but I'll comply. I hold this pearl to never die. You will give me this pearl, demanded the emperor as he clenched his fists. The dragon gazed at Moon Lily. To trade this gift of endless life, Moon Lily has to be my wife. Moon Lily's face turned pale. Nunu gasped. The emperor shouted, My daughter will not marry a dragon. Give me your pearl. The dragon clutched his pearl and shook his head. The emperor ordered, Lock this beast in the dungeon. Father, don't anger him, begged Moon Lily. But it was too late. The dragon flew into the air and bellowed, You forget my magic power. A tidal wave should make you cower. A massive surge of water narrowly missed the palace. It washed a nearby village away. The next day, the emperor found Moon Lily staring out the window. You must summon the dragon again. Moon Lily shook her head. There's been enough destruction. But the emperor crossed his arms. Sing, he said. I have set a trap. A tear rolled down Moon Lily's cheek as she sang the melody. When the dragon heard her sad song, he flew back to the palace. As he landed, the emperor's soldiers jumped out of hiding and tried to steal his magic pearl. The dragon washed the soldiers away with a thunderous splash. You steal from me, I steal from thee. He flew to Moon Lily and picked her up. She pinched the dragon, so he dropped her. He swooped over and grabbed Gao instead. Help! Gao yelled as he was carried away. The emperor ordered Fusu and the soldiers to search the empire. Please, father, begged Moon Lily, apologize to the dragon, or ask the old man for help. The emperor refused. Moon Lily's heart pounded like a drum. Then I will stop this dragon. The emperor laughed. Don't be silly, my little cherry blossom. You must stay in the palace where you belong. A princess does not battle dragons, groaned Nunu as she chased after Moon Lily. The emperor looked around at his empty palace. He stopped smiling. Moon Lily freed the old man. I know that I am neither big nor strong, but tell me how to defeat this dragon. You have the best chance of anyone, said the old man. She does? Asked Nunu. The old man smiled. Instead of force, use your mind. Dragons love to have their brains challenged, and they'll respect anyone who can do so. Moon Lily sat in her room, trying to think of a way to outsmart the dragon. She looked up and saw Nunu's counting frame sitting on her shelf. I've got it, she shouted. The old man agreed to drive them to the dragon's home. Moon Lily's eyes widened as she passed through the gates into the world outside. A princess does not leave the palace, sighed Nunu, shaking her head. Fusu was returning home. Where are we going? He yelled as he hopped onto the carriage. At the river, the old man looked up at the stormy sky. The dragon is still angry. I should be the one to battle this dragon, not you, said Fusu. No, said Moon Lily. I will stop the dragon. Fusu rolled his eyes, but Moon Lily held her head high. She stood by the water's edge and sang the melody. The dragon instantly appeared, holding Gao. I'm still angry, you sneaky girl, for grabbing at my magic pearl. That was my father's idea, and I'm sorry, said Moonlily. I'd like to end this duel now, with a riddle. The dragon's eyes lit up. She continued, if you can solve my puzzle, then I will sing to you forever. But if you can't, then you must let Gao go. The dragon tilted his head, grinned, then nodded. Moonlily wiped the sweat from her palms and began. On my travels to Ying City, I saw a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Inside each sack were 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kitties. So how many were going to Ying City? Moonlily handed the counting frame to the dragon. He giggled. An abacus so I can fiddle to try and solve this fun math riddle. He mumbled lots of 7s. The answer is 2,000. But wait, I must add the man and you. The dragon smirked. So that would make 2,402. Wrong, said Moonlily as she let out a sigh. The answer is 1. But, how? Really? Mumbled the confused dragon. Moonlily held her breath, waiting for the dragon to wash everyone away. Instead, the clouds parted and sunshine warmed their faces. I'm free, laughed Gao as he ran over and hugged her. But I don't understand the riddle. Moonlily explained. Only I was going to Ying City. I just saw the others on my way. Suddenly the emperor appeared, breathing heavily. I followed the carriage tracks. His eyes widened when he saw the dragon. This time I will beat you. Enough, said the dragon. I have lost. The emperor's mouth dropped open. It was Moonlily, said Nunu proudly. She behaved just like a princess. Moonlily told her father every detail. Soon the emperor was smiling. It looks like my daughter is wiser than me. I was wrong not to listen. Moonlily grinned. I know you will do better. The dragon waved goodbye to Moonlily. He looked at the emperor. Use your wisdom, not your temper. Then you'll be a dragon emperor. The dragon floated into the clouds above. The emperor took a deep breath and said to the old man, I'm sorry that I locked you in the dungeon. Let me grant you a wish. The old man sighed. My wish has been granted. You've seen a better path forward. You must want something, said Moonlily. All I want is to go home. I'm tired and cold. You have been such a help, smiled Moonlily. Let me make you some hot tea. A princess does not serve tea, said the old man. This princess can do whatever she wishes, said Nunu with a big smile. Well, let's see how well you were listening to the story today. At the back of the book, I include a true or false quiz about the Qin dynasty. I'm going to read the questions, and then you can put up your hand and say whether you think it's true or false, and then I'll tell you the answer. Number 1, Chinese dragons breathe fire. The answer is false. That's a medieval dragon, a European dragon trait. Chinese dragons didn't breathe fire. Number 2, buildings had curved roof lines. That's false. The buildings had pretty straight roofs in the Qin dynasty. It was later in the Ming dynasty that they started getting those beautiful ornate curved roofs. Number 3, Chinese dragons are lucky, wise, and control water. Well, that's true. Number 4, people wore long robes wrapped around their bodies. The answer is true. Number 5, the first emperor had 5 sons, and 2 were named Fusu and Gao. That is true. I didn't include 5 sons in the book. I included 2 of those sons. Number 6, Moonlily was an actual princess. That's false. He did have daughters. Moon Lily wasn't the name of the daughter. I just like that name for the character. Number 7. Girls had the same rights as boys. That is false. Sadly, girls didn't have the same rights as boys back then. So it's good that today things are different. Boys and girls have the same rights. Number 8. A zither is a stringed instrument that is over 2,500 years old. That is true, and that's the instrument that Moon Lily's playing at the beginning of the story. Number 9. Wealthy girls and women were expected to always stay in the home. That is true. Back then, again, because girls and women didn't have the same rights, it was limited to what they could do, and they weren't really supposed to be outside of the home wandering around. Number 10. The abacus is an ancient telescope. That is false. The abacus is actually an ancient counting frame. The dragon uses it to help him calculate the answer to the riddle. Well, how did you do today? Were you listening to the story? If you didn't do so well, you learned something at least about ancient China. At the back of the book, I also include the meanings for the small seal script characters that you saw on each of the pages of the story. They were the little black circles. That's ancient Chinese writing that evolved into modern Chinese writing today. The characters that I included match the story. So now we're going to do a little quiz too and see if you can tell what these characters might mean by thinking of the story and looking at the pictures. What do you think these Chinese characters might mean? Going from top to bottom, they mean palace, official, and old person. What do you think these characters mean? Going left to right, they mean zither and to play music. What do you think this character might mean? It means to teach. And what about these two characters? Going left to right, they mean emperor and to blame. What about this one? That's to declare. And this one? That's dragon. And we'll end with these 3 characters. They mean long life, to presume, and to take prisoner. You can see more of those in the back of the book. I hope you enjoyed the story today. You can learn more about my books at georgeneeb.ca. If you love ancient Egypt, then be sure to check out my book Pharaoh's Arrow, about a young girl's quest to find answers about her father's death. Also read the sequel, Akia's Adventure. Take care, and thanks for watching.